hearing that the Mets had a deal for me, asked me if I wanted it, and I was like, heck yeah, it's the team I've wanted to be with all along.
What's the plan moving forward as far as you go positionally?
Straight up outfielder. We made to a decision that it's hard enough to do one of these things in this sport. I want to get up there as quick as possible. They want me up there as quick as possible, so I think the best choice was just focus on one, see how good I can get.
What should Mets fans know about Carson Benge between the lines?
I really feel like there's not a whole lot of stuff I can't do. I'll always try my best and put it all out there.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Apple. Jonathan Barron here. Follow me at JMB9191 at Twitter. Unfortunately, Vito traveling back to the United States from a beautiful honeymoon still. So I've got you covered, and I've got a really special guest. It is Carson Benge, the first round pick of the New York Mets in this past 2024 draft. Carson, thanks a lot for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a really special place to be here.
Cool. So July 14th, a pretty special day, I'm sure, for you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like since then?
So it's kind of crazy. Had a little draft party on the 14th, so all my friends and family were near me whenever I finally got picked up. But since then, it really hasn't been a whole lot going on until I got here. My flight got delayed. I was supposed to be here Monday.
We're not going to talk about the airline. It's okay. I was in St. Louis. I also got delayed.
Yeah.
How'd you pass the time?
Nothing, dude. I was just laying there, and then they finally canceled it. And then, so I flew out first thing Tuesday. That was easy, though. There was no delay there. Flew out first thing Tuesday, got all my medical stuff done on Tuesday and Wednesday. So finally all that stuff's out of the way, and then I got to take some cool BP and meet a lot of cool guys today.
Yeah, you've been here at Citi Field all day. You signed your contract on Wednesday. What was the experience like being out there? First time in New York, by the way? Is this your first visit?
First time.
All right, so what are your overall impressions of the big city?
Definitely driving. You're going to have to get used to it. Like for someone like me.
Yeah.
Like it was just like all the horns I heard and all the, it's just definitely a different kind of driving around here, but the city's beautiful. Like I went to Central Park. That place is beautiful. A lot of history in there. And then went to the 9/11 memorial. That was really cool to see. Really interesting. And Times Square, which is good to see once, at least for me. And then just not go back because there's a lot of people there on a Tuesday, Wednesday night.
I mean, you're one of them. You're doing all the tourist stuff, so that's great, though. And your first time here at Citi Field, of course. What was the day like coming to the big league park and getting to meet some of the major league ball players?
It was great. I think they hooked me up by Nemo's locker.
That's awesome.
I was right by him, and he was super welcoming. He took me to the hitters meeting, all that, met all the guys. Everyone was so nice to me and welcoming, and seems like they really cared.
So last year, we spoke with Colin Houck, the Mets 2023 first-round pick, and he talked about his experience coming to Citi Field, and he told us that he met Francisco Lindor. And Francisco said to him, "Welcome to my office." And Colin told us that was kind of like an oh crap moment, like I'm actually here. Did you have that kind of oh my gosh moment? Or I should say, oh my God, that's kind of the thing going on around here. Did you have that moment today with any guys?
All of them, really. Whenever I was in the hitters meeting, they were talking, like looking up, seeing Sale on the freaking video board. I'm like, holy cow. They're talking about all these like all-stars from the Braves. And I'm like, yep, we're here.
That's awesome. So the lead up to hearing your name called by the Mets 19th overall, what was the entire process like for you?
Really just sitting and waiting. They'd call my agent, and then they called me. So hearing that the Mets had a deal for me and to ask me if I wanted it, and I was like, heck yeah, that's the team I've wanted to be with all along. So being able to get that was really cool.
And of course, you've got a good friend who went through the whole thing last year, another OK State Cowboy. Of course, we're talking about Nolan McLean. Who reached out to who first when the news broke?
We've been talking for a while before that, so I've been asking him all this stuff about minor leagues, like where they stay, different things like that, what to do, and just so happened, like right whenever it happened, he's like, call me whenever you're all settled down, and called him probably 2 hours after, and we were just cracking it up on the phone.
Has he given you any advice on starting a professional career?
He just said it's hard. It's definitely a different level from college. You're going to have to get used to it. It's a lot more games, but if you love to play the game, it's not a big deal.
Now, you guys are both supremely talented ball players. You guys were both two-way players at school. What's the plan moving forward as far as you go positionally?
Straight up outfielder. We made to a decision that it's hard enough to do one of these things in this sport, so being able to do both might stump me a little bit, and I want to get up there as quick as possible. They want me up there as quick as possible, so I think the best choice was just focus on one and see how good I can get.
And for Mets fans who might not watch a lot of college baseball and want to get to know you as a player a little bit, and we'll get to know you as a person also in this interview, what should Mets fans know about Carson Benge between the lines?
I really feel like there's not a lot of whole lot of stuff I can't do, but I'll always try my best and put it all out there.
Love that. All right, so I told you we're going to get to know you a little bit better. Usually we call this Meet the Met, but I had a better idea. You tell me if this is a good name or not. Bench press.
I like it.
Yeah?
It's a good one.
All right, so we're gonna bench press here with Carson. So first question: favorite big league team growing up?
Never really had one.
No.
Nope, just like to watch baseball. I guess Red Sox, because
All
my
right.
brother got drafted to them, but that was a couple years back. Liked them for a little bit, then it kind of just faded out. But now it's the Mets.
I hope so. What is your favorite emoji to use?
I'd say probably this one right here.
Okay, hang loose, the shaka,
Yeah,
the shaka.
Yeah, the shaka.
That's a good one. You could use that in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I got some Florida and Hawaiian buddies back at Oklahoma State. They'd always use that, so we got it from them.
What's your walk-up song? What'd you use in college?
Run This Town by Rihanna. That's
It's kind of got a little bit of Yankee vibes there.
Yeah, I've stuck with it though. It's treated me good, so
The kind of song that you think you're gonna stick with?
yeah.
All right,
Definitely.
I usually reserve that question for the end of these interviews, because fans, it's important, dude. Fans want to know like what's this guy gonna walk up to. So, kind of jump the gun there a little bit on you. What's your go-to burrito order?
Burrito?
Yep.
I'd say I only get like burritos from Chipotle, and it's like brown rice, black beans, some double chicken, queso, guac, lettuce, some salsa in there. That's about it.
So last year, we also interviewed AJ Ewing, who the Mets took in 2023. I don't know if you've met AJ or chatted with him at all, but I'm sure you will at some point. AJ told us that he gets double rice in his burrito. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Me neither. Yeah. It was, we asked.
Rice is good though, so
Rice is good, but like double rice? I mean, there's only finite space in a
it
burrito.
depends on how much they put in there. But Chipotle's got a huge tortilla.
It does, but still, I'd rather just pay for the double meat,
Double everything.
Double, except for the rice. I mean,
Yeah.
All right, tomato. What was your favorite memory playing at Oklahoma State?
Winning the Big 12 championship this year. That was something special. We had a good team this year, and I feel like everyone was just really had a good bond. So being able to be out there and win it with some of my best friends was really special.
What are you most looking forward to about becoming a New York Met?
Really just meeting all the new people. Definitely. Might have to start working on my Spanish a little bit. I've heard that quite a bit, but no, just being able to meet a whole variety of people is just going to be really cool from different backgrounds.
What's really cool about being in this organization, especially getting drafted, and you'll really do a real life road to the show like you're playing the show, is that when you start in the minors, FCL, St. Lucie, then you come to Brooklyn, the high A affiliates Brooklyn. So you're in New York City, which is awesome, I think, because guys get a taste of living in the city. And then you go upstate New York, and it's a much different ballgame. Binghamton, Syracuse, and eventually here, back in New York City and Queens. But it's a really unique path that not a lot of teams have to offer. A lot of minor league cities are kind of remote towns. So I think it's going to be a really neat experience for you the whole way through. Have you thought about that at all? Going to Brooklyn? Living in Brooklyn?
Not really, but I've seen their field, and it's sick. The one with like roller coasters in the background. That's sick. And then I was talking to Nolan. He was like, Binghamton's kind of like a rural area.
Yeah,
So
a little bit.
kind of more like a Stillwater type vibe there. Same with Syracuse, but less like New York City-ish. But I'm excited to see all three of them.
The thing about Brooklyn, so they do fireworks. They're on the water, but the Cyclones are not actually the ones who are firing them off. So you could be playing a game still. Like you could be up in the bottom of the ninth, bases loaded situation, tie game, and there could be fireworks show going off.
What's crazy was we were at UCF playing them night game, and in the middle of the game, we were like, what the heck is that? There's just a light, and they were launching a spaceship while we were playing. So that was really cool.
That's kind of by Orlando, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Is really
Just
cool.
mid-game rocket
like I
launch.
saw it, and I was like, we all like didn't know what it was, and we kind of looked after. We were on our phones. ESPN was like rocket launch mid-game. And I was like, wow.
That's a pretty unique situation.
It's pretty cool.
That's why college baseball is the best, man. I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
not
sick.
enough people appreciate the college game.
I know. It's definitely something else. I've always loved college ball. Like, there wasn't a lot of hype around it, but like being able to get there and play against all the teams you knew growing up and for the team you loved growing up was just something special.
Did you grow up rooting for the Cowboys?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. Kind of. I'd say whenever I was like 4 or 5, like didn't really have a mind of my own. I was a Sooner fan, but once I kind of grew up a little bit, kind of switched over and knew which side was better.
You wore the number 3 in college. What was the reason for that number?
Well, I was number 13. I
Okay.
like number 13, but that one was taken. So I had 26 my freshman year. Then my sophomore year, I was like, I think 3 would look good because like I had the choice between 13 last year or 3, and I just wanted to keep with 3. So my sophomore year, I chose 3, and I really liked it. Stuck with it, treated me good, and now I just really like that number. Say that's my favorite number now.
It's a pretty famous ball player that wore it, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
All right, last one. We called the segment bench press. How much do you bench press?
Shoot, I haven't bench pressed in a while.
Bench press is overrated. It's a silly exercise.
Last time, I think top I got to was like 245.
No big deal.
I know, no big deal. It's just 245. I think that's my max I've gotten up to.
Well, this guy's about to be a really big deal. Carson, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the night here tonight. Taking in the Mets Braves. Kind of a good game to come to, right? Good,
Definitely.
Good
Got
first visit to
Sale
City.
on the mound, and that's going to be fun to watch our Mets tear them up.
Okay, awesome. And you guys at home, make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you might get your podcast. You could follow us right here on the Mets YouTube channel. Where can fans find you on social media?
Instagram and Twitter, just Carson Benge and on Instagram and Carson Benge 3 on Twitter. So not too hard.
Follow the man, follow the podcast. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time right here at the Apple.